And 2 more times. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, gather something good and fortify yourself with it. Energetically, physically, emotionally. 1 more time like that. Inhale, reach the arms up. Feel some buoyancy and lightness in yourself. And this time as you exhale, connect your palms together. Draw your hands all the way down to your heart. Tune in to your breathing. Very simply, see if you can start to pay attention to the inhales and the exhales. You might notice that perhaps the exhales can feel a little constricted. If they do, feel free to just breathe out through an open mouth as we start and get into our bodies. And as you inhale, I want you to imagine that you are breathing all the way from the very base of your body up your spine. And filling your heart, filling the back space of your rib cage. And then exhale, let that breath go. Just 1 more like that. And exhale. I'm going to start today with an Om, and it just is a universal sound that again helps us to tune into the energetic frequency in the body. So let a little more breath go. And this time breathe in your light, your fullness, your presence. Surrender to that vibration and let it be part of you no matter where you have to go in your day. And then gently open your eyes, let them flicker open. Just a few side stretches. Walk your right fingertips over to your right. I'm not mirroring you. And then tip your head down to the right. And then drop your chin towards your chest. Very gentle. And then roll your neck forward, your chin forward and down, and then tip it over to the opposite side, and hopefully you feel a nice opening on that right side of your neck and down through the fingertips. And then come back to center. Other side, walk your left fingertips out, down to the left. Tilt your head first to your left. Wave your chin down. Very organic motion. And then let that wave continue to ripple out to the right. Let your head drop. Let your eyes soften. You can keep them closed again if you'd like. And breathe. And then come all the way back to center. Let your hands come on to the mat in front of you. And come onto all fours. And I'll let Ian demo.
Yes, spread the fingers wide. Yeah, spread the fingers wide on your mat. And let's mobilize the spine. Let's mobilize the spine. Okay, we call these cat-cows in yoga. So simply lift your tailbone, lift your chest, and just arch and open. And then bring the chin towards the chest, tuck your tailbone under, and breathe out. Just synchronize movement with breath. Inhale, just really like hot water is hitting your back in the shower. Look up. And exhale, round it the opposite way, like that Halloween cat. One more. Inhale, look up, breathe in. And exhale, round it the opposite way, just full range of motion. Now come back to a neutral spine, spread the fingertips super wide, and what I want you to do is like make your hand like you're palming a basketball, and really use the thumbs. So your hands aren't flat. And now we're going to build up to, I'm going to say this in like all millennial. Hashtag DWD, downward dog. So hashtag DWD, bend your knees. Keep your knees bent and keep pressing your tailbone back. Now I want to sell you on what feels so good about downward dog. What I want you to feel, what we want you to feel, is a long spine. So keep your knees bent for now. Turn your hip flexors on so you're tilting your pelvis forward and feel like someone's pulling you back by your tail. Now the action of your hands should press the pelvis back an inch or two, and so should long deep breath in the diaphragm. So let's do 2 more times. Breathe out. You can start to straighten the legs. Inhale in, get long in your spine. And exhale it out. Inhale in again. And exhale. Now if you're wondering how much longer, that's it. Lift your right leg up. We're done with that one. Lift your right leg up. And then step it forward into a deep, deep, deep lunge. Now feel free to stay up high with the fingertips on the floor. Try and breathe into the underside of the right hip. So just like, feel like you're blowing up balloons in the right hip when you breathe in. And when you breathe out, just energetically let your pelvis sink down and slightly back. And you're a massage therapist now of your own body. So every time you breathe out, like when a massage therapist massages your leg muscle, you just kind of like breathe that out. Do that. Just feel free to move around a little. We'll do one more big breath. And open your mouth, let something go. And then we'll step on back. Downward dog. Not so bad, right? Okay, left leg up. Step that left foot forward into a really deep lunge. You can use your hand, by the way, to get that foot up. Oh, come on up, foot.
I might need to.
Yeah. She's wearing tights, but you should see her knee. It looks like pretty gnarly. Okay, so I can't believe she's doing yoga. Rock around, just rock around, breathe. Can you feel like someone's pulling you back by your right heel, but pulling you forward from your shoulders? So there's this real sense of traction. And let the diaphragm facilitate that, like your bottom of the rib cage. Breathe in and expand. Open the mouth, let something go, like let it go. Surrender. One more. And then back we go, downward facing dog position. Carol said surrender just to prove that I'm not millennial. I keep thinking Cheap Trick every time I hear surrender. So breathe in one more time and press the pelvis back and empty. All right, look between the hands. Team feet are going between team hands. So however you got to get there, come on forward, like inch. You can baby step, doesn't matter. Just get your feet between your hands. Breathe in and fold forward and breathe out. Now, I'm turning to the side so you can see most of us will have to have bent knees. There's 2 things we're doing here. 1 is lengthening the hamstrings in the back of the legs. 2 is we want to lengthen the spine. Bend your knees so you can feel the length in your spine as priority 1 and the length in the hamstrings as priority 2. And notice when you get a fuller, deeper breath, you can make your spine longer, feel longer. Now, for any reason, your chest can't come down towards your thighs, I'm going to really show you the modification. My hands are here, and I'm using my hands on my thighs to leverage my head out. The whole mission is a long spine with deep breaths. Let me show you a nice modification. Do 2 more on your own. Just enjoy the breath. Keep it long and full. All right. Bend your knees. And we'll come on up to standing. I gotta move the computer. And you want to do a couple sun salutations?
Yeah. And exhale, draw your hands down to your heart. Stand nice and firm on your feet, really plug them into the earth. And as though you're moving in a body that is new in this moment, release your hands down. Inhale, reach the arms up, draw in the light of your day. As you exhale, waterfall all the way down. Hands can be on your shins or the floor, just as we talked about. Inhale again, lift to a halfway place, long spine. As you exhale, step on back into a plank position and lower down if you can with control, only to your own capacity. Inhale, lead with your heart. Come into what we call an upward dog shape.
Oh man, that felt good.
As you exhale, ease the hips, the sit bones away from your fingertips, and let something rinse off your back. Breathe here in your downward dog place. Find spaciousness in the entire body. Find breath, find ease, and find a little more length. On your next inhale, look to the front, step or hop your feet all the way. And exhale, bow down, let something go. Inhale, use your feet, let the arms float up high. And exhale, gather it all back to center. Yeah, we can see you now. Inhale one more time, just like that. Make it circular. As you exhale, release something out as you fold.
Knees can be bent.
Inhale, heart lifts. Look up, look away. As you exhale, see if you can step or even hop back as you lower down into a push-up. Inhale, use your feet to send your heart forward. Up dog. Exhale all the way back. Downward facing dog. Breathing here. Just one more cycle. Let something go. On your next inhale, look to the front, step or hop your feet all the way. And as we exhale, we bow, we release, we let go. Inhale, we use the feet and reach the arms, grow into your fullness. As you exhale, gather something all the way back to your heart. Go ahead.
Okay, from this place, let's take the right foot and plant it into the mat. And then take your left foot back into what we call warrior two. So I'll turn this way so you can see better. Okay, so I just turned, but it's just your left foot that's back, and we're moving into warrior two. But don't go there on autopilot. The primary purpose here is to stretch this inner adductor. All right, so take your right hand on the inner right thigh and press it out. As you take your left hand on your left thigh, I want you to pull these two places away from each other. And just bring the tailbone a little bit more so it's pulling down towards the floor. Lift your pubic bone in the front, and the stretch should come into the front of the right thigh as you slowly bend your right knee. Now we're moving on to bring that right elbow down to the inner right thigh and press out with your elbow. Don't rest your elbow on your thigh. Press it out and pull this left hip back by turning your left rear side of the left hamstring on. Pull it on and reach left arm up and over top of the head. I can stay up really high like this. You don't have to have your hand on the floor. Don't prioritize that. Now breathe in and breathe out through an open mouth. Again, you're a massage therapist. Breathe into your right thigh one more time. And breathe out. Now come on back up. Straighten your right leg. This is called Trikonasana, triangle. Let your left hip come forward a little. So just go like nice, slow, steady pace. Not too fast, not too slow. Open the arms. What I need to do here is move my pelvis, not side bend. So I'm gonna breathe in. In fact, bring your hands on your hips. Can you bring your hands back to your hips? And then side tilt the pelvis. So tilt your pelvis towards the right, like I'm a little teapot. Yeah? And then you pull that right thigh bone, pull it back as you reach the head. And you should feel stretch on the underside of the leg. That's what we're trying to get to. Now your right hand, say I'm just resting on the shin. Don't feel it has to go in the foot. And then as you reach up, do like a disco dance and just point slow motion upwards towards the sky and reach like crazy through the left side of the body up. Now keep feeling like someone's pulling you back by your right hip joint towards the left heel. Breathe in one more time. And breathe out. Now come on back to a warrior two position. And we're gonna come back to the top of the mat, so just inch your left foot forward. At the top of my mat's here, those don't get confused. And then come back to standing. Okay, so I'd be here normally facing you. All right. Coach Ian, pep talk. That wasn't so bad, right? In fact, I want you to feel how beautiful that feels on the inner leg and how we're really releasing stuff that gets stored in the body. And it's just a little bit of work. So take your right foot back into warrior 2 position. So keep your left leg like just a little bit straight, semi-bent only. Don't get confused. I'm going to turn towards the side so you can see me. Now again, my adductors want me to stick my butt out. So I'm going to bring the tailbone under the body, take my left hand on the left thigh as I grab my right thigh bone and I pull these like a bow and arrow. I pull this right thigh back as I press my left knee out. And that stretches the distal and the proximal attachments of the left adductors. Now you can control how much you feel the stretch by bending the left knee more and more. And if that's too much, just don't bend it so much, your left leg. Okay, so you have control about how much stretch you feel. Then bring your left elbow down to the inner knee and press it out. And turn this left deltoid muscle on as you reach your right arm up over the head, and you're using muscles on the right side body to pull you up towards the right. This is moving right. Inhale in, don't overthink it. Exhale it out. Now when I say inhale in, I mean into your left thigh. Breathe into it and breathe it out. The psoas stores a lot of stress. Do one more time. And breathe out all the technical issues you've had this week. And then come on up. Take a break. You can move your right heel in just a little and just let your body absorb that. Triangle pose. Left leg is a little bit bent to start with. The right hip can come forward. Hands on the hips, do you mind? So again, instead of bending the spine, really feel like you're pouring milk or water out of a pitcher. Tilting the pelvis towards the left, up and over, up and over, up and over. And you want to start to feel the stretch in the bottom of the left leg. I can stay way up here and get a stretch. Don't feel you have to have the hand on the foot. All right, so find your perfect place. We want the poses to fit you and not you to fit the perfect pose, right? So make it for you. Breathe in and breathe tightness out. Do one more time. And exhale. Now come on up. We're coming to the top of the mat. Walk your right heel in a little, and we'll meet you back in standing. Wow, just slow, deep yoga feels so good. Go ahead, Insi.
Okay.
This is a miracle that she's even moving at all. I had no idea she's gonna be.
From standing, we're going to make our way all the way down, but taking our time. So as you inhale again, reach up, grow tall. As you exhale, dive and fold all the way down, down, down. Inhale to that halfway place. And as you exhale, come all the way down into a seated posture onto your mat.
Seated pose.
And you're going to sit on your sit bones. We're going to actually activate the belly a little bit and work on some twists and hip openers. So you are going to sit on your sit bones in what we call a boat pose or navasana. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. This is one of my favorites, actually. And it's really wonderful, really, any time of the day to activate and channel and connect to your power center, your core. Reach your arms out in front of you. And this might be enough, and you can already start to feel it. If you want a little bit more, start to lift just your right leg up. And exhale, lower it down. Inhale left. Exhale down. We'll do a couple more. And right. And down. And left. And down. And stay here. Stay on your sit bones, and then start to lift, if you can, both your feet off the mat.
So I'm just keeping my feet on the mat so you can see if you're pregnant or not quite that strong, you can do this.
And then if you'd like to intensify just a little bit more, you can also start to maybe straighten your legs. Maybe yes, maybe no.
I love playing the prenatal card for this one.
And reach the arms up. You want on a roller coaster. It's called life. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, the roller coaster is called year 2020. Exhale, release it down. Last one, inhale. As you exhale, hug your knees, give yourself a little hug, a little bit of core activation. Also take your hands on your mat and see if you can keep your feet down but lift your bum up. Or the other option is to lift everything up and then release it all the way down, down, down. Okay, so I'm going to face you again so you can see me. Your legs are now straight on the mat. In front of you, knees can be bent. So you inhale, reach the arms up. You're just going to activate the hamstrings. Exhale, press something away. Inhale. Exhale, push, release, make a sound. Inhale, just like that. Exhale. Let your hands rest at any point on the mat. Next to your shins, below your knees, on top of your ankles. And again, prioritize that long spine. So don't fold at the upper back so much, but instead think about the crown of the head reaching away from the sit bones. And breathe.
I'm just showing you the modifications. So see how my knees are bent? I need to tilt the pelvis forward. So if you're feeling a little bit less mobile, then just stay here.
2 more, slow, sweet, and deep. When life moves really quickly, we want to move a little more slowly to bring things in balance. And inhale, come all the way back up. So Janu Shirshasana, and do this.
Okay, let's move into a variation of what Insiya was just doing. So we're stretching through the back body. We're getting, close to the end here, so just stay with us. It's so beautiful. Draw the right heel in.
I'm just so happy I can move.
I'm so happy we can move.
It's amazing.
And look, just a little mini pep talk again, just for the people again who thought yoga was hard and again like a labor of Hercules. Like I just want you to feel better energy flow, stuff's moving through you. Again, you're having a breath massage in the body. And think about it all the time. I don't know how people stay sane without yoga. I would not be sane in this insane world, this roller coaster, if it wasn't for that. So Janu Shirshasana pose. So don't worry about flexibility, just aim for sanity. Don't worry about enlightenment. Aim for sanity. Left heel's anchored. I'm going to lift up my sit bones with my fingertips. With my left heel as the anchor, I start to pull my left sit bone back so my pelvis tilts forward. Okay, turning on my hip flexors. Now I reach out through the crown, and as I reach through the crown, I send that left hip back. And I'm just staying up high just to let you know that you don't have to bring your chin onto your shin. So I'm using the fingertips on the floor if I'm a little bit tighter behind me to help tilt my pelvis. And let's take 3 miracle breaths. Breathe out. Inhale in. Open the mouth and let something go. Bring in effort with the breath. And surrender as you breathe out. Reach one more time through your crown as you breathe in. Turn your hip flexors on. And then surrender as you breathe out. Now come on up nice and slow. Have you seen Mars recently? Oh my God, the sky is so amazing. What's going on? Closest it's been almost ever, Mars. Right arm reaches up and bring it far behind you. I'm saying that because this is called Stargazer. Okay, so my right hand's far behind you, us. And then you sweep that left hand up over top of the head and just, hello sky. Hello beautiful leaves. Hello clouds. Open up. Take 2 more breaths and just get they call it like a turbo yawn. And then bring it on back down. Double shaka. Let's switch sides. Here we go.
Sure. So this time your right leg is the straight one And your left knee is the one that you bend.
In theory.
In theory. So watch Ian. As you inhale, use your fingertips behind you again to shift and tilt your pelvis forward. So you find that nice long spine. And then see if you can reach the left hand forward.
Can I say something? If you're stiff or if you have a less healthy knee, then you're putting something under a blanket under that left
my
knee.
knee, because that will help me a lot.
Oh, very good. Or you've had a motorcycle
I
accident.
read the demo. And then start to reach forward as though you're reaching towards someone that you love. And then slowly as you exhale,
Gotta be this way.
walk your chest a little closer towards your thighs. Don't worry if it never gets there. But have that intention. And see if you can start to release something out on that exhale breath. So we inhale, we create more buoyancy, more lightness in the body. As we exhale, we release out darkness, all the worry, stuff that keeps us up at night. Inhale again, find more brightness. It's a new day, it's a new week. Exhale. Last time, breathe into the newness of this moment. Exhale. Inhale, slowly come all the way up. Walk your left fingertips behind you, left hand on the mat, and then stargazer again. Reach your right arm up. I'm not going to do it. But lift your pelvis up and create more light, brightness, space in the body. And then that big delicious yawn. Come all the way back to center.
All right. Okay, just a couple more.
You got time.
Yeah. Okay, so draw your feet together. We call this in English butterfly. If you do have this blanket close to you, you might want to bring it under your sit bone so you can tilt your pelvis forward. It'll help. If your knees are up off the floor, no drama, just let them stay up. And can we do the kids' yoga version? When our son was really young, I used to come home and he was doing yoga with his mama. So we get so serious as adults, and I don't know why only kids get to go to kids yoga. Like they don't even have a mortgage or a desk job. Okay, so kids yoga version of butterfly pose. Take your two index fingers like this, bring them up onto your forehead like this, like little antenna, and then make your knees go like this. All right.
All right.
If your partner's in the room, they're like, this yoga stuff is weird, but okay, it is. Now, all right, let's get to the stretch. So your feet can go more forward if you're not quite as open, or draw your heels in if you want more stretch. So you can customize, right? It's not one size fits all. Now we lift up and lengthen through the crown. So use your diaphragm to get long. And then turn these hip flexors on to tilt your pelvis forward. And you just mainly come to here. Right? And if you want to, and if it helps, what you do is you have your fingertips on the floor behind you, and you're tilting your pelvis forward using your fingertips. Now, hold your feet if that's better. And I'd like to take 3 breaths together. Make it a breathing exercise. Breathe out.
Let something go.
Expand into your groins as you breathe in. Release the jaw and really sigh something out. Do one more big breath in. And open the mouth. Release. And then come on up. You got time for one more. Bend your left leg, bring it under the body. We call this Ardha Matsyendrasana. Actually, let me back up one stage just in case some people aren't quite as open or if they're injured. Start with your left leg straight and take your right foot up and over like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that version.
Okay, you can do that version.
If I can do it.
All right.
Can I do anything now? Okay.
But again, our little guy just woke up, little big guy. Okay, so if you want a little bit more intensity, bend your left leg underneath you. Now, take your fingertips on the floor and lift your butt up. And I want you to shift your butt over to the left, like 2, 3, 4 inches. Now draw your right leg across the body. Your right leg draws in as you pull that left leg across. Let your right sit bone drop down, get long through the crown, breathe in. And as you breathe out, pull your right hip back. Feel you're turning from your hip, not just the shoulders. Pull your right hip back. Breathe in nice and deep. And breathe out through an open mouth. You should feel this in the outer right hip. Inhale in. This is our last pose. On this side. Exhale it out. Inspire. Expire. One more. And slowly bring it out.
Okay, same on the other side.
L'autre côté, Insiya.
And l'autre côté, oui. So this time your right leg is the bottom one, so either have it straight or bend that knee. And then we are going to take the left foot to the outside of the right knee or right leg. And just a reminder, use your hands for support just for a moment. Lift your hips up and see if you can place the outer left hip onto the mat. So create a little more space, and if you need to wiggle that right ankle out to the left a little bit more, that's fine. And then give yourself a hug as you draw the left knee more vertical and more towards your heart. Sit up nice and tall. And then use your left fingertips behind you for support to help tilt the pelvis forward. If you want to go a little deeper, as you inhale, wave or snake that right arm up. And as you exhale, draw the right forearm to the outside of that left knee. And then find a nice limp in the spine. Sometimes I take my fingertips back down onto the mat, and then I really press the right forearm into that outer left thigh. Outer left thigh presses into that outer right forearm, and I really feel this in the outer left hip. One more breath cycle here. Exhale, bring it out, and slowly release from this place.
All right. Let's cross the legs. All the hard work's over. All right, the hard work's over. So cross your legs. This is where you might want your, Insiya's got something even this big for her injury, but that's fine. Use something this big, like her footstool. I've got a blanket. We're just gonna cross our legs, and you don't have to do like fancy yoga lotus pose, but I do want your pelvis tipped forward. Tilt it forward. Okay? So we'll do a little bit longer meditation in a second. I just want to do what we call grounding. So find the ground and breathe out. And then inhale, reach through the crown. And exhale, open the mouth. Let something go. And every time you breathe in, I want you to feel like you're breathing into a beach ball in your belly to the left and right. To the front and to the back. And just feel like someone's pulling you up through the crown of the head towards the sky. And it's called grounding, so let your sit bones ground down the opposite way. And again, welcome back to Sanity. Just breathe. And don't try and breathe properly, just breathe enjoyably. Just ask yourself a question: what is enjoyable about my breath this very second? And whatever is enjoyable about your breath, maybe it's like, oh, it helps to open up a tight feeling in my lower back. Do more of that. Take one more long, deep breath. Clear something out through an open mouth. Let something go. And this really is the best part. Lie down on your back. Let your feet flop open. Get as cozy as you possibly can. This one, Dave.
So let everything flop down onto the earth. Let your bones feel like they're sinking down, down, down. And let yourself breathe into your belly, so don't hold it in. Let yourself breathe into your hips, into your toes. Let yourself breathe into the backs of the shoulders, the back of the skull. And specifically, know that this is our time where nothing is needed of us. We're simply taking a few moments to fully, completely replenish ourselves. Feel how there's more softness in the eyes, more softness in the center of your forehead. Feel how the bottoms of the ears soften down as well. And as we lay here, close to the ground, wherever the ground is under you, let yourself feel grounded. And in that, let yourself feel held, so that we don't have to control so much, so that we don't have to have things be perfect. So that with fullness and kindness, you can simply let go.
All right. So let's close it out all together. Come on up to a seated position. Again, one more time, if you have a blanket, a sweatshirt, a pillow, sit on it, make that wedge position. So your pelvis is tilted forward. You can even put something like under your knees to become cozy. I want to share what we're doing like this. Take your hand, your right hand, let's say, and bring it up onto your left shoulder and pinch it, like squeeze it, so it kind of hurts. I don't want this to feel good, like pinch it. Now, every time you get stressed about the technology not working, about what your mom or your parents are doing, what your child's doing, the bill, that coworker,
The current world climate.
the current world climate, COVID lockdowns, like you're basically, the signal from your brain is doing that to your body. And just keep squeezing it. Do you want to live with that or not? You can let it go. And I get so upset. I mean, it hurts me so much when people are like, oh, I'm not flexible enough to do yoga. I'm like, no, you cannot live with these issues in your body. It is the root of disease, and it is the root of unhappiness. And if we can move those issues out of our tissues, we will be so clear and open. So let's just breathe with the intention of expanding into tight places. Like sea anemones, there's places that are tight. Unclench them. Just breathe in if it's in your lower back, your shoulders.
And feel free to really soften the mouth on those exhales. And let the jaw kind of almost drop down if you'd like.
Let's just enjoy a couple more breaths. Like really enjoy your breath. Just breathe out. Make your mind and your body best friends. The war is over. John Lennon. My mind is working with my body and not against it. Soften your eyeballs, reach for the crown. Enjoy about 4 more long breaths before we finish. Now it seems like our theme has become surrender, but I just love to talk to it as a surfer. When we go surfing, you want to go paddling out there. Feel free to open your eyes if you want to. Just a little story before we finish.
Actually, before we do that, I'm going to ask you, if you feel like it, to open up your videos so we can actually see you, because we haven't been able to see your beautiful faces during the practice.
Well, we know your initials.
So, yes. So if you'd like, feel free to turn your videos back on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Oh,
it's
how
amazing.
beautiful to see you all. Oh my God. I hope you can see each other too. Or is it just us? Oh.
Wow.
All right. Just 1 minute before we finish, just close your eyes and bring it back. Wow. Yeah, hang on. So surfing, I was saying, when you go surfing, you want to go out there and you want to be here, but there's rip currents that pull you this way. So when that technology is not working, when you're having those arguments with your parents or your child or your spouse, that's a rip current pulling you where you don't want to be. And every day we watch the tourists getting pulled by the rip currents and they fight against it. And they actually don't need to surrender, they just need to work with the currents in a smart way. It's just don't use so much effort to fight it. Actually just swim with the current sideways, and then you'll find that there's waves that will push you back into the beach. So don't drain your energy.
Yeah.
It's the kind of Tao.
Yeah, live more in flow.
In flow, Tao of flow.
In flow, yeah.
Can we just enjoy this beautiful space? Just how about 1 minute? We won't talk. Just enjoy your breath. See if you can feel the heartbeat even through, actually not even through the technology, through real air, through the air that binds us all. Really, if you think about it, there's particles of argon gas that are inert that we're all sharing in the air. Let go of your worries as you breathe out. And take in the blessings of the stars, the trees, the sky as you breathe in.
And the earth.
And thank you for your time. Thank you for the work that you do. Whew. Thank you, yoga.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. Thanks for being here. We're so happy to be with you this week, and I know that maybe you can see other people on the screen, but we're gonna end like this. You're gonna kind of like
Brady Bunch.
you know,
Just so you know, I'm not millennial.
yeah, a cosmic high five to the people.
Just take your hands like
beside
this,
you,
high five beside you,
above you,
above you. I don't know if you can see them on your screen or not.
and below you.
Send it out.
Send all those good vibes, all that positivity out, out, out. Keep shining. Keep breathing.
Can I share one thing with you real quick?
Mhm.
Just in case you're worried about the other bliss commitments of yoga, there's yoga, meditation, nature appreciation.
Food awareness.
What was your nature appreciation today? We'll show you how it works.
Oh my God, the sky this morning. It was, we woke up early before dawn, and it was this wispy pink, and just stopped me in my tracks, and washed away all the worries of technology and how is this gonna work and all that stuff. It was just in that moment, I was fully, completely with it.
So the nature appreciation, just so you know, there's a kind of, if you need a way to remember it, it's relax, breathe,
Receive.
observe, receive. So when you see that beautiful pink sky in the morning that Insiya saw, just relax into it, observe it fully, be there with it, breathe it in.
Yeah.
And receive. You will receive something beautiful from nature. That's nature appreciation. Food awareness. Insiya has her recipe up today. What is it today?
Oh gosh, I'm forgetting. It's what is today?
Whatever it is, it is.
It's good.
Yeah.
They're all the recipes that I've come up with this week. They are plant-based, just to get us really connected again to the soil, and they're mostly seasonal. And I'll send you a big explanation about why it's so great. But really, the big thing about food awareness, all we're trying to say is try to find more life force in your food. And the big question to ask yourself is, how many factories are between what's coming to the table, between your food and you? Yeah, so that's kind of the big way we think about it, and it's not just about carbohydrates and protein, but it's really about how do I feel after I eat something? Do I feel light, buoyant, happy, or do I feel dense and lethargic? Yeah, so those are some questions to ask yourself.
And gratitude is just simply expressing, I think we all know gratitude, but it's super important to do. It's so easy. I'm grateful for yoga. I'm grateful for this time.
Yeah.
So the last one, gratitude. I can't wait to do all these commitments with you all this week.
And Insiya and Ian, you gave us the nature appreciation during the class because the birds were amazing.
Weren't they?
Loved them.
Yeah.
I know we don't need a soundtrack anymore, no music, just the bird song.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Okay. Whew.
Okay, I can't wait for this week.
Yeah. Thank you all so much.
Yay. Let's again create that upward spiral. Upward spiral is opposite to a downward spiral, and I hope we've kicked it off, and the yoga helps us to get into that mode.
Okay.
Peace, everybody. Thanks, Carol. Thanks,
Thanks,
Edward.
everyone.
All the
Thanks,
people who
Louise.
deal with
Yeah,
all the
everyone who
technology.
did
Thanks for all you do.
all the behind the scenes, everyone. And you know where to find us. Feel free to reach out with questions or comments and things like that as well.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay. And we're sending you a lot of Bali sunshine. We know it's getting colder, but we miss BC a lot. We miss home, but we're happy to be here too and take it all in this topsy-turvy crazy year. Whew. Yeah.
Peace,
Yeah,
everybody.
I keep putting it on mute because I don't know how to turn off the pings when they
Oh.
come in. So
Oh.
I have to get a lesson on that one.
Awesome.
And I have to say, Insia, it wasn't just a little accident.
You should
it
see her
was a
knee.
Very serious motorbike accident. So you're doing amazing.
It's.
I haven't seen her bend her knee in 3 days. So
I have all the tools. I just have to use the medicine now. So, and I'll share too that this practice, just the knowing that I had to do it, was also so helpful because it made sure that I was doing all the right things and not getting into that mindset of, oh, why did this happen and why did this happen now, and you just can't go there. You just have to keep moving, right, and being with it, whatever it is, and yeah, it's a lot of pain, but I know how to breathe, so that's amazing. So
yeah, well, it is amazing.
And I see that.
I was even like, you know what? If we have to reschedule, that's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, no, it's like I was thinking about it, and the best way I think I can describe it is I was very lucky in a very unlucky situation. It could have been a lot worse, but I came away relatively unscathed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I see Tamara on screen here. I can introduce you. Tamara works in Nanaimo.
Oh.
You're in Nanaimo, Tamara? And I'm in Victoria.
Oh, you're in Victoria. Oh.
Yeah, wow.
Okay.
Well, she's behind a lot of wellness activities on the island. So
Oh,
we're
amazing.
there.
Okay.
You were on a call. You were on the other call this summer, right? Were you on the call this summer as well?
Yeah, earlier.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, I totally remember. Yeah.
Nice to see you guys.
Nice to see you again. Yeah,
Yeah.
so nice to see you
Yeah.
again. Yeah, awesome. Okay,
Yeah,
Carol.
we had about at one point about 90
Okay.
on, and people were coming and going.
Yeah, it's hard at home, isn't
Some
it?
had daycare pickup and had
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah.
Some are gonna catch the recording later.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Awesome. Oh my God, I'm so stoked. Sweet.
it was great. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
much
You're
love, guys.
welcome.
See you all
Thank
soon.
you.
Thanks
Thanks,
for
Carol.
everything, Carol. So
Okay.
awesome. Epic.
Okay, have a great day. Okay?
Yeah, have a great
Yeah.
night. See you soon.
See you.
Peace.
Much love.
Much
All
love.
good.
I
Ciao.
know, I feel
love
it.
it. My hand up.
I do need a hand up. Woo!
Yeah,
Oh, I do need a hand up.
yeah.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye, Carol. Love you. Ciao.